All right, everybody, welcome to the Content Modeling Show. I'm Marcelo Lewin, the Headless Creator. And in today's episode number 7 already, it's the last episode for the week. I'll explain why, even though I used to say it was Monday through Friday. I'll tell you in just a minute why, but I'm changing the schedule. But in today's episode, we're going to continue the process of modeling microcopy for a web app or a mobile app, regardless, any kind of app that you want to create microcopy for. Yesterday in episode 6, we covered field labels. Today, we're going to take that content model and we're going to add to it, and we're going to model tooltips for those fields. Because as we know, not only are the labels important, but also when you put your mouse over a field, sometimes you will get some tooltips. So we're going to talk about how to do that. And going back to the show, I'm going to be doing it Monday through Wednesday because I'm going to be introducing the Headless CMS show for Thursdays, starting every Thursday, once a week. And that's going to be more hands-on with various headless CMSs. So tips on using a headless CMS from an authoring perspective, and also on creating with the CMS, so from a development perspective. So that should start tomorrow, actually, and it'll be at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Friday, I'm just going to need that time off. So sorry. So Monday through Thursday, we'll have 2 shows. Monday through Wednesday, this show, the content modeling show. And Thursday, once a week, we'll have the Headless CMS show. And of course, you can find everything on headlesscreator.com, which I just relaunched, revamped. And you can find all of the shows, including all the on-demand shows for this show and tomorrow's show. You have them all over there. I also have a podcast, which you can go and check out over there. So go to headlesscreator.com. Alrighty. So here we go. Let me move this over here. And here we are in our content model. And let me just review. What we did yesterday is I was in AWS, my AWS, and we talked about how AWS has lots and lots of services. But at the end of the day, a service, when you click on any service, for example, S3, on the left side, you have functions. And when you click on a function, you have field names, right? You have a bunch of fields. Now, it could be a field is actually, in this case, it could be a button. It could be a search field. It could be a pull-down menu field, another button. It could be just a label like these here. These are just labels for your table. So what we did is we created a services content type that holds many functions, and in a function content type that holds many fields. So if we go back to our content model, you can see right here that we have a service content type that references a function, many functions, right? It could be one to many functions. And a function holds a component. And if you want to know what components are, which are different than content types, go check out episode 1 of the show. But it holds a component, and that component consists of various fields: a default name field, a new name field. So this will be the name field that's default, that can't be changed. And the new name field is the one that can be changed. And a code ID. Now, I also added a reference field. Check out yesterday's episode to learn why I did all that stuff, including the label. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead and enlarge this, because we're going to talk about tooltips now. So, of course, I was looking around in the screen, and they don't offer really any tooltips, which is kind of sad, but it's the truth. But we're going to pretend that there are tooltips here. So, for example, let's pretend that there would be a little question mark here, that when you put your mouse over it, it would give you the tooltip for this field. Or maybe the name has a tooltip, right? Right here, it would be a little, maybe when you put your mouse over name, it would bring up the actual tooltip. So we know we need to have tooltips, and we know that tooltips are going to directly be related to functions, right? Now, you can add them to fields. So we're going to say that every field has the possibility of having a tooltip.